Okay, hi. Welcome to our office hours on the Event Tickets Plus app. um, we've had this app for a little while now, but we recently released some design changes and bug fixes to make the app easier to use and to look at. So we'll start off with a quick live demo, and then we will finish up with a Q&A session. So feel free to put any questions that you have into the comments, and we'll try to answer them for you. And so I'm joined here with Juan. Juan, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Yeah, I'm Juan. I've been with the events calendar for almost 5 years. I've been an engineer, and now I'm the product owner for the ticketing solution. So I've been in charge of the strategy around the app. So welcome you all, and I'm happy to be here.
Nice. All right, I'm going to share our demo.
Demo on the new Event Tickets Plus app. So once you open the app, you will see that you have like a walkthrough and a slideshow of what the app is capable of doing and how you can start scanning and connecting your sites. You have like two options to connect your site in order to start checking your events and scanning tickets. So the first one being inserting details manually, which is the most complicated one. So it would be kind of like inserting the information here. And if not, you can scan a QR code that is present on this section, tickets, settings. Then if you go to integrations, you have a QR code that automatically connects your fill in the form and connects your sites. Once the site is connected, you will see that you have like this landing page with the events that are happening now. The first one being Juan's World Cup, which is my events that I created for this demo. And if you tap on the event, you will get to see the list of attendees. Basically, you can search for anyone here and it will filter. And if you go to any of the tickets, you can see the details of the attendee, like the ticket number, the order date, the order total, and any attendee registration information that these attendee may have, such as I don't know, t-shirt size or whatever that people are using for their tickets. You can also manually check in and out attendees, which comes handy if for some reason they forgot the QR code or something like that. So that's pretty much it when it comes to the attendees list, and you can see the event details. Basically, you have like the dates, the time, the venue if there's any, and the organizer if also there's any for the events, and the numbers of checked-in attendees over the total attendance. At the same time, you can also start scanning tickets, and you will have like the ability to just do these when people are presenting the QR codes. And if somebody's already checked in, it will tell you. And if you have another ticket to scan, you can basically come and scan it. And then you get a success when it's checked in. So that's that when it comes to ticket scanning. And at the same time, you have like different landing pages, such as the home, all events, that basically it would list the events that are happening now and the upcoming events so that you can keep things organized up front. And finally, you can change the settings, the website URL or the API key. You can check if you want a confirmation sound or vibration when the attendees are checked in. And last but not least, link to the help article where you can get some help if needed. So that's that. It was collaboration with Thrive, or a collaboration between Thrive and the events calendar, which was super successful, and we're really happy with the result. So thank you for watching, and I see you in the next one.
Awesome. Yeah, as you can imagine, it's kind of hard to demo that. So that's why we showed a video, but it looks great. All right. So yeah, if people have questions, feel free to put them in the chat and I can read them and Juan can try to answer them if you want. While we wait for some questions to come in, are there any, Juan, are there any like troubleshooting steps that users can take or anything that they should know about?
Well, particularly they should be sure that they're on the latest version of on the plugins, because basically we needed to update the some functionality more than anything related to the REST API on the plugin side of things. So people should be running the latest version of the plugins. And then when it comes to the connection, if they're inserting the site details manually, they should be sure that they use HTTPS as a protocol in their URLs. So those two being the main troubleshooting issues when it comes to a connection. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Then people should be just seeing the events that are ticketed on their sites. Please have in mind that if you have events on your site that are not ticketed, they won't be appearing in the app. And yeah, that's pretty much it when with regards to setting up the app. Yeah.
Nice. Let's take a look at some questions. So what's the name of the app so you can find it? It's the Event Tickets Plus app. You can find it in the Google Play Store or as an Apple app. When we used the app in early November, the QR code to connect the app was quick, but to actually scan the ticket QR code, it was so slow that it was unusable. Have we made some changes to improve that?
No, basically the technology that we're using to scan QR codes, it's the same. So we haven't changed that. What we introduced as a change in the user experience because of the feedback that we've been hearing from users is that we have like a manual action to continue scanning tickets rather than opening the camera, because many people were actually requesting to see the attendee information upon QR scan. So that's the only thing that we changed. It was a design decision. It was related to actually seeing the information and not having an instantaneous checking after a checking, which was creating a problem for many customers.
Nice. I think this is related to it's the same person. So yeah, we answered that question. Does the version of iOS matter on the device?
Not that I'm aware of. In theory, you should be able to use it with previous versions of iOS, but I would recommend with any software that you're on the latest version.
Is the QR code on the app only able to check in individual tickets or one for the whole booking?
No, each ticket has its own QR code, and that means that each ticket has to be scanned individually. So if, for example, I made a purchase for you, Jamie, and me, that will mean that you will have your own ticket and I will have my own ticket, and we would both have to present that to the person using the Event Tickets Plus app for them to read them individually.
Someone said they're unable to find it with that title. I can try to grab a link and put it in the chat for the, unless you have one like readily available, Juan. I can otherwise I can grab it.
I don't, and I think I cannot comment. So I would say that you
okay,
go with
I'll
it.
grab it.
What I see from the comment is that they're using the Event Tickets Plus, and it's only Event Tickets Plus up. So maybe that's the reason why it's not showing.
What is the price?
The app is free, but it will be compatible with Event Tickets Plus. So you will need a subscription to the Event Tickets Plus plugin.
can you add ticket add-ons? Example, add VIP, add camping, add t-shirt.
Yeah, well, you can use the attendee registration fields, which is a feature from Event Tickets Plus, our premium offering for event tickets. So once you create tickets, you can have like these custom fields that are called attendee registration fields. And whenever an attendee confirms their details with the T-shirt size or whatever, they can the app can read that information.
I run an organization with multiple locations that are responsible for their own financial links. Is it possible for them to use this scanning option at each location?
Yes, it's possible to use the Event Tickets Plus at different locations. We're actually working on some enhancements and improvements because software is like a work in progress thing. So we're planning to add in the future the ability to have like a different representatives and for them to be able to check in people for different events.
How can we make available only one specific event in the app since we don't want an individual organizer to see the other events that are active?
At this point, that would be possible. The thing that you can do from a technical perspective would be kind of like filtering the response of the REST API when the request is coming from the app. So that's more like technical. But for the time being, that's the only way to do that. Please have in mind that we have a looped-in page where you can leave all the recommendations or the needs that you have for the Event Tickets Plus or any of our products. So these are all valuable suggestions, and we're all ears when it comes to improving our products. So this being like a really interesting one, I would be happy to have this in the list of suggestions, and we will always take care of the incoming suggestions.
We are having a problem with before QR events. When we scan the before event QR in a new one, it scans as okay.
We added a new option that you can find in the integration stuff that you can basically restrict the check-in for events that are happening now. So maybe you will have to enable that.
I'm still having problems with no tickets found when trying to use ticketing with events. RSVP works, however.
That sounds like a problem. I'm not sure what could be particularly happening. So Gary, I would encourage you to find support in our different channels. Probably the creating a support ticket, and we can help you out. If there's a problem with the particular functionality, we'll be sure that we're gonna take care of that. But yeah, this sounds like maybe a compatibility problem or something like that.
And I just dropped a link to our support page in the chat. To sync with my site, where can I find my API key?
You can find the API key in the same place where the QR code for the app configuration is, which is tickets, settings, and then on the integration tab. There you have like the QR code, the website URL, and the API key. So you can find it there, and if the API key is not working for any reason, or if you have any app connected that you want to break the connection, you can refresh the API key.
Is whole booking QR something that could be developed, as we often have bookings with 12 plus people in it?
I think this would be a really good thing to put on LinkedIn and see if it's something that we need to think of. Probably it's like a good recommendation for the time being. It makes more sense to just make like individual QR code check-in, but we can probably think of like bulk bookings. Yeah.
Juan, do you have a link for Looped In? I was just trying to find it.
Yeah, let
I could
me
put it in the
look that
chat.
for you. Yeah.
And then will you ever incorporate a seating plan for booking? That is, I think, also another great thing that we could put into Looped In and
Yeah,
see.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think we already have this idea there, and to be honest, this is part of our roadmap. I cannot give a precision on when is that it's going to be developed, but it's high on our list of like the things that we want to do.
Okay, so they found the app, but they can't, but not on their phone. How do they add it to their phone? I think you can download the app. You should be able to find it on your phone to do it.
Yeah, ideally,
Like in the App Store on your mobile device.
Exactly. I'm not sure which device you are on, but probably you can use the App Store from your device. If you're on Android, you should go to the Play Store. If you're on iOS, you should go to the Apple Store or App Store, and then search for Event Tickets Plus over there and download it directly. Probably if you're on Apple, you can possibly download things on desktop or like on a Mac, basically, but that will mean that you're kind of like purchasing the app, but then you need to download it on your mobile device.
Can you see in the app what type of ticket you scanned? So if you scan a VIP ticket, then the scanning app verifies that it is effectively a VIP ticket.
Yeah, ideally, you should be able to do that. I don't recall off the top of my head if we're actually printing the ticket type, and if we're not, we should be doing that soon. But it is in my memory that we were printing the ticket type and the event.
Does this app have an offline option with a list of ticket purchasers so that it doesn't require Wi-Fi to run?
Not for now. This is also high on our list. We had some kind of like technical challenges when it comes to technical and privacy challenges when it comes to kind of like saving information on the mobile phone, because basically, let's say you have concurrent app users and you're both kind of like checking in people, and maybe you both check in the same person. It would be kind of like a battle of who did it first or whatever. So in terms of technical challenges, we had that, and at the same time, in terms of like privacy challenges, we'll need to do way more things yeah, we would have like different challenges when saving attendees information on the app, because actually the attendees, they would have to kind of like agree that those things were going to be saved on site administrators' phones to say something. And in many places, this could be a challenge more than anything. Europe, where GDPR laws are kind of like strict. So this is something that we need to do, because normally it happens that in venues the Wi-Fi connection is not that strong, and then this could be a problem. We need to find a solution that it's kind of like better for everybody, and that it's kind of like the silver bullet when it comes to using an offline mode.
Is it possible to have the event tickets plus without events calendar?
Yes, it is possible. You can run the only thing that you'll need is event tickets and event tickets plus. So you'd be able to scan tickets, to scan QR codes, but you won't be able to see an event because the event functionality is coming from the events calendar.
Could the app identify the ticket by its name instead of ID?
I'm not sure if I'm getting that.
I think like the ticket name instead of the ticket ID number.
It can be. Yeah, I need to double check and confirm that we're actually printing the ticket name, and if not, this is going to be like next things that we want to do on our next release.
Can we customize the layout of the ticket? Put in our corporate ID, add sponsor logos.
For now, the tickets are coming on emails, and you can customize your emails to add as many colors, bells, and whistles. So you can do that pretty much. The only thing that you cannot customize is the looks of the app.
Yeah, I think we have a knowledge-based article on customizing the ticket email, so I'll just throw that into the chat.
At the same time, we're working on some features to make that easier. So just stay tuned. That probably you'll have some news about this soon.
Other than the pricing option, is it possible to include organizers, locations, or any other taxonomy in the app and have individual pages for each?
This is something that could be a possibility. For now, kind of like the most generic option that we had was to enhance what we had as an app and make it look and work better. But yeah, we're planning to have more flexibility in the future for our app, to have more kind of like ownership for the person that is actually running the app. So if you're an organizer, kind of like to link that, or maybe have like an API key per user on the WordPress admin side, so that you can actually check if, I don't know, John, Jamie, and I don't know, Gary are kind of like checking in people, to have like a special connection for each one of those.
Will there be an option to scan the QR code using a separate handheld scanner connected to a PC?
We could think about that, but for now, kind of like the priority was to make it work with mobile phones. So I'm not sure how it's gonna work, like the success message and stuff, if we use this option, because probably the PC would have to be running some sort of software. And for now, the best solution was to have like an app which can make use of the device camera and print the different states, like the error or the success, on the mobile screen.
And then I think this is our last question. I think we answered this. It would be really great if we could show our own logo in the app or customize it more. Is this something you are working on?
I agree that it would be beneficial to have some sort of like a branding option, but for now it is not on the top of our list. I would encourage you to leave this idea on the LinkedIn page that Jamie shared on the chat, and probably we can see how much traction it has. Although this is something that we want to have, there are other things that are higher in our priority list.
we have a few more questions coming in. While scanning the tickets, the green and red info are quite visual, but the gray already checked in info is not for us. We could easily miss it. What do you think about that pale color?
What we thought when we were designing the app is that the already checked in state, it's not an error. So we treat it as something different, because it's not that the QR is returning an error on the connection, or the QR is invalid or anything like that, but that the attendee is already checked in. So we thought from a design design perspective that that was the most accurate thing to do. But we're all ears if we hear from our community in terms of suggestions.
Can you see in the application which tickets have already been scanned and how many still need to be scanned?
You can, if you have the events calendar running on your site. As I mentioned in another question, you can also run the app with only event tickets, and you won't have like the attendees functionality in terms of like listing your attendees per event. So if you're using the events calendar with event tickets and event tickets plus, and you're using the app, you can see the event details, you can see the attendees list and how many attendees are checked in over the total attendance. And you can also manually check in attendees. That's something that comes handy when you get to find that some attendee cannot find the QR code, but they're presenting their ID and they're actually a valid attendee.
The tickets sometimes end up in the buyer's spam box. It would be great if they land on a page immediately after paying where they can download the ticket as a PDF right away.
That's a great idea, and we're working on things to provide more flexibility and a better experience when it comes to ticket portability. I'm talking about ticket portability, relating this to kind of like the digital representation of what we used to know as physical tickets, which was kind of like the piece of paper that we got, I don't know, 20 years ago when we were buying tickets. So we're working on things to enhance the experience of tickets portability, and this is something that it is on the top of our list.
Isn't already checked in an error that somebody shares when somebody shares his ticket QR code email to a friend? Two people could easily go in. Am I mistaken?
Well, it's not technically an error in the eyes of the app, because an error would be that there's something technically not working, and we treat errors as that. We're kind of highlighting that the attendee was already checked in, which is not an error, but it's a state that is warning. It would be more like a warning, and we chose kind of like this color to represent that. Probably we can adjust that to, I don't know, instead of gray to something yellow, so that can be representing more like a warning. But technically speaking, it's not an error. It's more like an error from the attendee that is sharing his ticket rather than an app error.
When people enter their ticket RSVP, can you prevent duplicates? For example, John Smith enters more than one.
Well, in that case, John Smith will kind of like present his QR code. He's going to be checked in. He's going to have a success. And then the second person that is trying to check in as John Smith will have like the alert message that this ticket has been already checked in. So in that case, it's kind of like the job of the app user to confirm if he's actually John Smith or, I don't know, Gary Alderson.
Okay, I think that's it for questions. We will be sending out an email tomorrow with a replay to the webinar, as well as some helpful resources like knowledge base articles on the topic, and there will be a coupon code in there as well. So yeah, thank you all for joining. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.